It's not even nowhere close to being none.
Guys, we're going to talk about circles in the coordinate plane today, / equations of circles. Our EQ is how can you write an equation for a circle in the coordinate plane with a known center and radius. Our learning goal, we're going to try and write equations and graph circles in the coordinate plane. Use the equation and graph of a circle to solve problems. I know you're probably not done. I'll let you come back. All right. The equation of a circle is based on the distance formula and the fact that, we've heard this before, all points on a circle are equidistant from the center. Okay? Last unit I talked about this, and I tried to say it over and over again, and I'm continuing. Guys, all radii are created equal, right? So when I say that, what I'm saying is the distance from the center of the circle to the edge, we call the radius, and by definition, for it to be a circle, that has to be true no matter which direction I go, from the center to any radius, okay, to any part of the edge of the circle, right? When I do that, I can create an equation for a circle, right? You're going to see this equation. It's on your formula sheets, but it derives from the distance formula. Here's how. Start with the distance formula. Distance equals square root of x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. If I wanted to solve, instead of distance, by the way, this means distance, not diameter. If I wanted to solve for the radius, okay, I would just substitute r instead of d, right? Y'all get that? It's the same thing. Instead of saying distance, I'm saying the radius. And if I wanted to solve for the radius, what I would do is I would end up getting rid of the square root by squaring both sides of my equation. And that leaves me with this. R squared equals x1, or x, minus h squared plus y1, or y, minus k squared. Okay? When you see h and k, you probably need to write this part down. When you see h and k, guys, that means the center of the circle. Okay? And I'll be even more specific than that. Those are the coordinates of the center of the circle. All right? Now maybe it makes a little bit more sense that what we're talking about, okay? H and K are always the coordinates of the center of the circle, which means that X and Y are coordinates for the edge of the circle, okay? So any edge of the circle has coordinates of X and Y. Edge, I called it rim. Okay. Yes, it matters. Yes, you have to be precise. The sooner we get it, the easier it's going to be down the road. Okay. Yeah, so it's still using distance formula, but it's a different. Think of it like it derives from the distance formula, but it's a whole new equation. Okay. So when you see h and k, when you see an equation and it has h and k involved, it's gonna be, in our class, it's gonna be a circle. Okay. Last year you guys worked parabolas. Remember that?
Yes.
Quadratics, then you graph parabolas, and they had vertex of H and K.
Yeah.
Remember vertex form HK?
Oh, I teach you like Harry boys. I don't know what. I remember that now.
Who is that?
I think it was great.
Okay.
He'll yell at her.
AKA parabola, but it's okay. All right. Parabolas have a vertex at HK. Circles have a center at HK. All right. All right. Well, what's it look like, Mr. Hobbs? Well, here we go. The equation of a circle with a center of HK and a radius of R is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. If you have not written that down, go ahead and do so now. So it says write the equation of each circle. Circle J has a center of 2, 2 and a radius of 4. All right. Again, we got to get this down. We got to get these letters down. If I see the word center and circle, okay, center of the circle, I think of what? H and K. Okay? So right there it tells me, what am I going to substitute in for H? What am I going to substitute in for K? 2 and 2, correct? Right? I take 2, I plug it in here for H. I take 2, I plug it in here for K. I'm good to go. All right?
What about the X?
So, what about the X and Y? Cameron,
Yes.
whenever you're writing an equation of a circle, you most of the time are going to leave X and Y as is, because they could be any part of that rim of the circle, okay? So guys, when we talk about, this is called standard form or standard equation, but standard form of a circle, this is how you're going to see it written, okay? With X and Y as part of your answer, right? Most of the time, you're going to be given the center, you plug the center in for H and K, you leave X and Y in your answer. Now, the tricky part, which shouldn't be so tricky, what happened to 4? You gotta square the radius, okay? You've got to square the radius, right? No, it gave me the radius. So it has nothing to do with 2 plus 2. Don't think about that. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
What is the equation? Tell you.
Okay. What this would enable me to do, if I wanted to graph this equation of a circle, I can, and that's what we're going to work on by the end of the day today. Okay? Well, we got to get a couple more steps involved in the equation, and we're going to get there. Yep. No. The radius is 4, the diameter is 8. Okay? Alright? These are good questions though, alright? It can be a little weird for today. Your homework tonight might be a little weird. I'm going to give you a couple days to get it done. Okay? Alright. Write the equation of each circle. Circle K, check it out, passes through J and has a center at K. Alright, K is the center. What does that mean?
You got H and K.
H and K. So anytime you see center, you need to put H and K, because that's what you're going to be plugging in right here, okay? When it says it passes through, well, let's go back.
You have to add them.
Let's put on our thinking caps, our second grade intuition here. Guys, what information was I given here? The center and the what?
Radius.
What information am I not given here?
Radius.
I'm not given the radius, right? So, if it says if it says that circle passes through a point, that means that passes through is part of the edge of the circle, the rim of the circle, which means that these points represent your X and Y, and you're going to end up solving for R. Okay? When you do that, you just plug that straight into your distance formula and you'll be all right. All right. Remember I told you guys that you want to get things in standard form of an equation? Standard form of a circle, I should say. Okay, notice what we do here. I plug in the distance formula. Let's just make sure we understand how that works. Okay? x2, y2, x1, y1. Okay, that's just how it's written. If you did it the other way, it would be okay. All right. You plug it into your distance formula: 6 minus 1 squared plus 4 minus negative 8 squared. Blah blah blah. You end up with a radius of 13. All right. Now you got to write your equation. And again, when you write your equation, x and y are going to be part of your answer. So you're going to take this part right here. You don't need those anymore.
What if you had the X and Y?
Okay? You don't need those anymore. All you got to do is plug in h and k. All right. One of the big things that you got to remember about equations of circles. Bradley, my k value, 8, is it positive or is it negative? It's negative. Guys, when I write this in the equation of a circle form, notice what happens. This becomes what? Positive, right? Because it's minus negative. Right? It's minus negative. Remember, my distance formula has subtraction included in it. So if I have any negative numbers, they're going to switch to positive. Okay? Right? Another thing that as you do some problems today, you'll pick up on. Right? Alright. Let's try it. Let's try it. You guys work it out. Spend about 3 minutes on it. Just making sure you can figure out the starting point. If I see center, what letters go with that? H and K, right? H and K. And that's a little trick. It's not even a trick. It's what you got to do, okay? Got me? That's just what you got to figure out. Take the numbers associated with H and K and plug them in. X minus 0 squared plus y minus... Yeah, good. Y minus negative 3 will change that in our final answer. Okay? Equals radius is 8 squared. Correct? 8 squared. Alright. Let's talk some math speak. Okay? Let's talk math talk. Do you ever say x minus 0?
No.
Do you ever have to include plus 0 or minus 0 in anything?
No.
So, check it out. That's just going to be x squared. Got me? So if you see x or y squared standing alone, that tells you that there is a 0 that is involved with h or k. Got me? Y'all understand what I'm saying? So in this case, x squared is by itself, which means that h has to be 0. If y squared was by itself, then k would have to be 0. Right? Plus y minus negative 3. Put that in math talk for me. Y plus 3. Plus y plus 3. I will always write it with parentheses around it and square it. Okay? Equals 8 squared becomes 64. That's your final answer right there, okay? So with me on that? Alright. Yo.
Can we swap seats? Because she's like pretty different butt off over there.
Well, Evan took my blanket already.
I don't have
Yeah, she doesn't want that blanket. She said it has herpes on it.
Wow. Alright, here's another look at your answer. Okay? Alright. Hey, I gave this one up here. I gave the answer up here. Circle Q.
Yeah, okay.
Circle Q passes through. Is anybody else cold? You know what? Hey, go back. Wes, go back.
I'm cool.
We're back.
Me too.
Alright. Circle Q that passes through 2, 3 and has a center at 2, negative 1. Which, I did this for a reason. What letters am I gonna put with 2, -1? What letters am I gonna put with 2, 3? Y'all got it? Okay, so when you take this, you're gonna be solving for your radius, because that's the part that's missing, okay? Plug that into your distance formula. Notice we put X and Y here, H and K are going there, solving it out, using the distance formula, okay? Everybody with me on that? Pretty simple. If you're given the equation, you can graph the circle by making a table or by identifying its center and radius. Alright, graph x squared plus y squared equals 16. Switching gears totally, right? Switching gears totally right now, okay? Alright, let me ask you this. If you see x squared plus y squared by itself with nothing around it, what does that tell you about h and k? They're both 0, correct? Which is why the center of this circle is at 0, 0. See that? Okay? Alright, I'm going to trick somebody. I'm going to pick Hannah Craig to trick.
Uh-oh.
Hannah, what is the radius of this circle?
0. Oh, shut up.
How'd you get 4? Because it says it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Alright, check it out, guys. The equation of a circle, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals what?
R squared.
R squared, okay? So anytime I've got a number over here and I want to find the radius, I'm going to have to set that equal to R squared and then solve for R by taking the square root of both sides. Square root of 16, this will tell you it's plus or minus 4. You can't have a distance that's negative, so the radius in this case would be 4, okay? All right, that will trick some of you today, all right? You will have to work by error to correct that, okay? Some of you are going to get worksheets, some of you are going to get problems, and you're going to say, Mr. Problems, is the radius 25? I'll say, no, it's the square root of 25. Is the radius 36? No, it's the square root of 36. You got me? Okay, is the radius really 25,000? No, it's the square root of 25,000. Okay, you got me? You just got to see that a few times because there's so many moving parts to this. All right. Beyond that, once you get this worked out, guys, you'll see how it works when you put your values in a table. Okay, everybody with me? Y'all remember doing this?
Yeah.
Make your XY table. If you put in -4 for x, -4 squared plus y squared equals 16. -4 squared, 16. 16 minus 16 is what? 0. Okay? They aren't as bad as you think they are. Okay?
Why is there a little plus and
Plus or minus?
Yeah.
Sure. If I go to -3, I can go plus 2.6. I can go minus 2.6.
Okay.
Okay? 0, I can go plus 4 or minus 4. Right? That's just how you graph the circle. Okay? Alright. If I wanted to graph this, where is my, aha, I shall get someone. Who should I pick on today? Trent! Yo, Rico. Alright. Hey man, what is the HK here?
3, 4.
Oh, I got it!
3 negative.
It's 3 what? This is 3, right? That's your H. Trent, what did I have to do to get plus 4 there?
Negative.
Yeah, right? I took minus -4. So K is really the opposite of that, okay? That makes it -4.
You just gotta look right there on the picture.
Yeah, well, if you don't have the picture, it's tough, okay? All right. Thanks. What's my radius here?
Here we go, picture. 3.
How'd you get 3 other than looking at
Says
the
it
board?
board.
Other than looking at the board.
That's crazy. I just don't circle. Like
Yes,
circle. I mean, there's not. If you don't look at the board, you
Oh, Cole, Miss Cole, how did we get a radius of 3?
Square root 9.
I take 9, set it equal to r squared, takes the square root of both sides. Radius would be 3 in this case. All right. All right. Then I can graph it. We'll work on that, guys. Here's an example. I mean, where would we ever use this, Mr. Hobbs? Oh,
Probably in an
all of you are going to use it when you're doing this stuff. An amateur radio operator building a radio antenna near his home without using his house as a bracing point.
Why do you want to do that?
He uses 3 poles to brace the antenna. The poles are to be inserted in the ground at 3 points equidistant. Good luck with that. From the antenna located at J, K, and L. What are the coordinates of the base of the antenna? This is just a fancy way of showing you how you can create a circle on a grid. All right? Everybody with me on that? Okay. You're going to create that circle and figure out what the point would be equidistant from the 3 points. You can do that drawing a circle. Remember, if you connect, understand what they're doing here. Okay? If I create a circle and J, K, and L are all on the rim of the circle,
Did you just say that was a circle?
listen, no. If I create a circle,
That point's in the center of the box.
that means that J, K, and L have to be on the rim, correct? You got what I'm saying?
So you create a circle.
That's the
around.
current.
If I create a circle, hear me out. If I create a circle, J, K, and L are on the rim of the circle because they're going to be equidistant from the center of the circle, right? So what this problem has you do, and no, I won't make you do it, okay, is find the point P that would be equidistant from J, K, and L.
Wouldn't it be all of them?
Okay, well, if I get point P and it's the same distance from J, the same distance from K, and the same distance from L, then if I want to build my radio antenna, whatever, okay, you could hire someone. Or, you could find out where the center of that particular circle would be, and if it's equidistant, that means you want to put your pole at point P. Which would be really fun for how many of us?
Just you.
Saving money. Yay.
Okay. All right.